Perfect, thanks. We appreciate that. Hey, I want to talk about income taxes. And can income taxes be discharged in either a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13 bankruptcy?
In income taxes can be discharged if they're due and owing more than 3 years prior to filing. If the tax returns have been filed by the taxpayer more than 2 years, if the IRS has assessed the taxes more than 240 days prior to the debtor filing, and the debtor, the individual who's trying to discharge these taxes, is not like a tax protester or committing fraud, then under those circumstances the taxes can be discharged. In a Chapter 13, we typically have taxes that are less than 3 years old that we deal with in the plan of reorganization, and they could be paid over time without penalties or interest, which is a big savings to the debtor.
Well, I want to talk in terms that we can all understand. So let's focus on a Chapter 7. Let's focus on income taxes. I think what I'm hearing you say is, in that situation, those income taxes must be more than 3 years old.
Due and owing more than 3 years.
Whatever year they're trying to wipe out those income taxes, they must have actually filed a tax return for that year.
For 2 years before the date of the bankruptcy filing.
Okay, so it is 2011 this year. Mm-hmm. Somebody comes to you and says, Jim, I filed my income taxes in 2006. I filed a tax return. I did not pay my taxes. If I'm in Chapter 7, I have an opportunity to wipe out those taxes.
Okay, so what we have to do is find out when those taxes were due and owing, because typically a 2006 year would be due on April 15th of 2007. But if the taxpayer has gotten an extension, let's say to, October 15th, then you have to count the 3 years from October 15th of 2007. So it has to be 3 years from October 15th of 2007. Then you have to determine whether or not that individual has actually filed those returns more than 2 years prior to the date of the petition.
All right.
So
it's a bit of a formula. Just out of curiosity, and I'm sure you've probably handled thousands of bankruptcies by now, would you say?
Most likely in 30 years, yeah, you could probably say that.
And so then how often do you actually wipe out income taxes for a client? How often do they need it, and how often does it work in their circumstances?
It happens all the time, and sometimes you're very careful in ordering that tax transcript to determine how whether or not those taxes are dischargeable. And over the years, hundreds of thousands of income taxes have been discharged.
All right, great. Hey, my guest today is Attorney Jim Monroe. He's a bankruptcy attorney right here in Orlando, and we're here answering your legal questions about bankruptcy. You are welcome to call and ask your question about bankruptcy as well. You are welcome to call a radio show and brag on your lawyer and tell us how he or she serves justice to their community and gave you a great client experience. The phone numbers are 407-290-0058, toll-free 1-800-329-5858. My name is Tom Olsen. The name of the show is 11 Lawyers Radio Show. You're listening to FM 96.5 and AM 580, News Talk WDBO. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Tom Olsen. The name of the show is 11 Lawyers Radio Show. And on this show, I'd like for you and me to get to know other attorneys and get the inside scoop on their fascinating areas of practice, as well as give recognition to Central Florida attorneys who serve justice, their clients, and the community. At any time during the show, you can call with a legal question or comment about what we are discussing. Today it is bankruptcy, or call to brag on your lawyer and tell us how he or she gave you a great client experience and gives back to the community, as well as you can always email about your lawyer, about the great client experience, or how he or she serves the community through our website at 11lawyers.com. When you email us about your lawyer, we will call the lawyer and invite him or her to lunch at a restaurant of their choice. The phone numbers to call during the radio show today are 407-290-0058 or toll-free 1-800-329-5858, or text your question or recommendation to 407-808-8398. And we have